Hello and welcome to the Tech Radar Show. This week we're going to be mainly focused on E3, but you know we wanted to talk about the big happenings of the week just gone by. So let's talk about DubDub, Hugh.
WWDC. Some interesting stuff. I mean, obviously iOS 8. I'm liking. We knew it wouldn't be a huge change, not like the jump to iOS 7. You know, some nice aesthetic things there.
Quite like the notifications. You know, that does annoy me,
cool.
having to jump back out to deal with anything that pops up on my screen.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that. I mean, I think the biggest one for me was HealthKit, because there was this sort of aha moment where I was like, hang on a minute, they're sort of quite cleverly, it was quite cleverly, like, it's like they're actually sort of creating the necessity for an iWatch here, because, you know, the whole smartwatch thing we've said time and time again, there's no need for them. It's a kind of like, they do the cool stuff, but no one needs a smartwatch. But Apple's sort of, what they're potentially doing here is doing, okay, we've got all the health stuff in this one app. Yes, they're saying now you can connect it to your Fitbits and your Fuel Bands and whatever, but what if they then just put out the iWatch that does all of that, collects all those biometrics by itself? You've kind of got, like I said, they're kind of creating the necessity for the hardware, which is quite clever, really. If they are putting out an iWatch, you know, we've got to put the whole disclaimer that there might not be an iWatch, but it's sounding very much like there's going to be.
Yeah, I think the writing's very much
yeah.
I mean, you could say they've got time on their hands, but that'd be a terrible pun. I think when it gets to the stage where it's monitoring blood sugar, things like that, where you can actually have some really genuinely interesting health benefits, you know, you've not drunk enough water today, you're you know, things like that. That kind of thing would be pretty cool.
Yeah, you can see that there's this sort of bigger vision there for the health stuff, this bigger end game.
I think that the health stuff has other implications as well, which is around privacy, which is who owns that data.
Yeah.
As long as you very much, it's your data and yours, but even like sharing it on any kind of cloud database, imagine if that was hacked.
Oh, absolutely,
you know, that is potentially a massive deal. So, I mean, I'm not saying that Apple tend to be quite sensible about these things, and obviously security, that kind of security breach could potentially kill a whole product. So I'm sure they will take a lot of safeguards, but it is something that's worth bearing in mind. You know, who owns the data that it's gathering? Because,
definitely.
Because you know, even any data in the wrong hands can be pretty dangerous. But you wouldn't want your life insurance to
absolutely,
to go up because it knows that you've been out on the lash for last week.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. And also, I guess that kind of plays into the HomeKit stuff as well, which is quite interesting. We heard rumblings that there'd be some kind of home automation stuff, and it sounds like Apple's trying to really get into there, have kind of your iPhone as the hub that controls your home, you know, tell Siri when you want to turn the lights on and off, tell Siri when you're going to bed. It's a little bit scary, I think, this whole kind of vision of Siri controlling your house, but, you know, it seems right for Apple to go into that right now.
As long as it ticks the lazy box.
What do you mean?
If I can stay on my sofa and it does everything for me.
Yeah.
When it loads the dishwasher for me, that would probably be the
that would be the pinnacle.
The pinnacle, but
yeah. So the Xbox One's been out for a little over 6 months now. We decided it was time to kind of go back and maybe sort of re-review it in our own special way. I'm joined here by Owen Hughes, and you know, we're just going to kind of do our own little thing with it, see if we can sort of trick it into thinking we're someone we're not. We've got Mrs. Doubtfire. We've actually got two of Mrs. Doubtfire. Just in case.
This will be interesting because it's
one of
somebody already wearing a mask.
Yeah, so. Exactly. So it's like, that's like some Inception stuff going on. Mario, obviously. Death Stare Luigi, Batman. Owen, myself, Ainsley Harriott.
Legend.
And Alf. Just there. Okay, so you're going to have to raise one of your hands. What? That's not Miss Doubtfire. I've seen the film. That's not her.
That's not her.
Well, apparently, that's Miss Doubtfire. Death Stare Luigi. What's it doing? They can't do it.
This is where it gets a bit strange.
What we're going to do is we're going to switch faces. You're me. I'm you.
Oh, my dreams are being realised.
Do some video, do some video. I'm just coming in to play some Connect. Come on. You know what?
I don't think it's going to be fooled.
You go. No! It's signed you in as Owen.
Oh no!
Right, I'm going to cut Owen's face out. Interesting. Fake Owen is really fat. And that's what it looks like.
Not far off. Not far off.
You look like an overgrown cherub.
What's next?
Sound. Record my voice.
Xbox go home.
3.
So I think I see Bane on there.
No, that's Blaine.
Oh, Blaine.
Owen, just for copyright purposes.
Okay.
Could Blaine use the Xbox One?
Let's try it.
Xbox go to TV.
No. I'm in the jungle. Want to play some Xbox.
Xbox go to TV.
Doesn't work. Underwater.
Xbox go home.
Doesn't work. Siren, I'm on the run from the law, but I want to play a bit of Xbox.
Xbox go to TV.
Oh, it worked. So, in conclusion, some of them worked, some of them didn't. But on to the main event, which is happening next week, the one we're really excited for, E3.
Are we excited? I mean, it's not going to have the impact the last E3 had, is it, with the
It's
two
not.
new consoles?
It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be less of a, maybe a little less of a bloodbath. Also, everyone seems to be announcing stuff now, which is like, what's going to be left? Like, I don't understand. Like, everything's either leaked or been announced, and I'm just like, what have we got left?
Half-Life 3.
Maybe that's going to be the only thing. That's the only thing they're going to have is Half-Life 3.
If that's the only thing I get out of it,
To be fair, that would
really
still
happy,
be good.
yeah.
Like, yeah. You know, there are some games we know are definitely coming. We've had a teaser for the new Uncharted, Uncharted 4, which I'm quite excited about. I don't know about you, but I'm getting the associate directors from The Last of Us in there. That's quite cool.
I've never been a massive Uncharted fan.
No.
It's always left me just a little bit cold.
Too cinematic.
I just feel like it's too surface and not enough actual great gameplay. It just feels like you're playing through
a movie.
Yeah,
basically,
playing through a movie, and not an especially brilliant one.
I mean, I am excited for that, but your feelings on Uncharted are probably my feelings on the new Halo 5. I'm a bit like, this franchise it's wearing thin for me, if I'm honest. I enjoyed, you know, the original Halos. I love the multiplayer. But I feel like unless we're seeing anything really dramatically new, if it's just going to be another Halo with slightly better graphics and some more characters, then
it feels iterative, doesn't it?
It does.
And
so
it would be nice. Maybe they'll do something that's really fascinating.
I hope so.
And you know, resets the whole franchise for the next generation and makes it feel fresh and new. And I don't even know why I'm saying this. I don't believe it's going to happen. What are you expecting? What are you hoping for?
So I'm hoping. What am I hoping for? So I'm hoping for some that we've kind of been talking about for a while. So I'm obviously still hoping for Fallout 4, even though it's looking less and less likely, but you know, I hold on hope. I'm hoping for some stuff, nice stuff from Sony. I'm hoping for maybe finally we see The Last Guardian. You know, GTA 5 Next Gen is an interesting one because I feel like this has come up time and time again, and everyone's saying, oh, Rockstar's going to definitely announce at E3, but Rockstar are kind of like the Apple of gaming. They don't need E3, and it feels like they just do it by themselves. So if we don't hear anything about new gen GTA 5 like this week from Rockstar on the wire, I don't see them going up on stage and announcing at E3. If
no,
I'm honest.
I'm with you there. I don't. Yeah. There's not really that big a win for them. I mean, obviously the gaming press is assembled, but like you say, I mean, it's like Apple, it's like Samsung. They want their own event because it's big enough.
Yeah.
They'd have as many people watching their solo event as would be watching the E3 show. So
I mean, I'm hoping to see some nice Xbox One stuff as well. It really needs some games right now. Interestingly, so this week Forza Horizon 2 has been announced, and a few weeks ago in Week in Gaming I kind of did a breakdown of the rumours, and I said that one was rumoured it was in a leak, and I said no, it's too early for another Forza. Now that's been announced, I'm looking at the other ones that were with it, and I'm like, okay, maybe Rise 2 will happen. And to be honest, Patrick, I don't want Rise 2. I didn't really want Rise 1, but so I'm starting to wonder.
Should it be called Rise Again, or?
Yeah, apparently it's going to be set in medieval times or something, and I was just like, at the time I was like, no way. But
maybe this
like,
will be the Kinect breakthrough game that we've been waiting for.
You know,
now they've scrapped the Kinect.
Yeah, and that's going to be the interesting thing as well. Now we're going to have the Kinectless Xbox One available. You know, how much emphasis is going to be a Kinect at E3? I'm hoping more, actually, now that they've disconnected it. I'm hoping they're going to actually push it more. Like the One Guide stuff, which is rolled out to the UK this week, and you know, I played with it a few days ago, and it is good. It does remind me that Kinect is still good. Like using it to control the TV, you know, Xbox jump to BBC One, you know, that kind of stuff. It's what the Xbox One was for. You know, it is turning it into that living room hub that we were promised a year ago. What about you? What kind of games are you looking forward to?
To be honest, I just anything that piques my interest. I don't think I've ever been less engaged with the games coming out at the moment. There's so much that I'm just not bothered. The Far Cry game, there's some bits and pieces, but I'm not convinced at the moment that it's exciting and vibrant enough. I think it's hit a real lull, the gaming world at the moment, and I think probably that is because people are developing for next gen.
Yeah, I think so.
I think maybe next year will be the big year for games rather than this one.
Possibly.
And I think
possibly.
I think, Watch Dogs, ultimately, I think it's probably a good game, but a little bit disappointing compared to what people expect.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I think it's tough times. We could do with a Fallout 4 or a Half-Life or something to relish. I mean, Fallout 4 would be an amazing one for me, and like you say, I think it's highly unlikely now.
Yeah.
But that's that kind of, even if it was just a teaser of, like, you remember the opening bit of Fallout 3, that wonderful
Well, it could happen.
Just something like that, just to tease, just to make me feel enthused again. I mean, it's like the Watch Dogs stuff last year. I was it made me so excited about the next gen, more so than the hardware. That was the game for me that was going to make me want to go out and buy a PlayStation or buy an Xbox.
And I think the other problem at the moment is so many games are getting pushed back to 2015. I mean, in the last few weeks alone, we've had The Order, that's been pushed back, the new Batman game, that's pushed back this week, and also hardware, the Steam machines are now being pushed back to 2015, which explains why suddenly everything went very quiet. I mean, virtual reality hopefully will have a good presence at E3 with Oculus and also Project Morpheus. I'm expecting Sony will do a lot of Project Morpheus stuff, which would be nice. I don't think we'll get anything on price. I feel like we're still a very prototype stage. I think it'd be silly for them to fire this early with the price now, so we'll probably get that later in the year.
You feel like it's probably a bit of brinkmanship with them and Oculus now. They had to announce something, and now they can just wait. They can keep developing and developing and developing, and sort of just keep testing the water until the point where it looks like someone's going to launch a rival, and then they can go with whatever they've got ready.
Yeah, I have been wondering over the last few weeks whether Microsoft's being very quiet and actually could announce a teaser for a virtual reality headset at E3. I mean,
I think they've got to play it. They've got to play it very well, because they're going to look like an and me, unless they come out and say we've been developing this for years, which they'll say. But actually, it looks like they've been developing for years.
Yeah, it does. If Microsoft get up on stage and say, here's a virtual reality headset. Okay, it's not actually that different, but it works with Kinect. That would still get me excited, because I'm like, okay, I don't have to use a controller. It's amazing. What if it could be like Titanfall and just like control the Titans with my tiny wrists? I mean, that's cool. No one else could do that. So we're excited for E3. We've decided. We've changed our minds. Well, that's the end of another Tech Radar show. I'd say it's probably the best yet.
Definitely top 5.
Definitely top 5 out of the 2 we've done so far.
Yeah.
Good. Well, let us know what you think in the comments below, and we'll see you again soon.